Hello, my name is Gwen, and we'll have a lot of fun today with a pose that our targeted area is the lower back and a deep core muscle called the QL, the Quadratus Lumborum. Sounds like a Harry Potter potion spell. Um, this muscle lives right about here, and it's our deepest core muscle as well as our deepest back muscle. This is a muscle that is used a lot in hiking, where your leg will lift and come on over those logs along the pathway, especially around here on the west coast. And its nickname is the hip hiker. So this guy gets used quite a bit. The body doesn't think in bits and pieces, so where you release somewhere and repattern, the whole body receives. So we'll start on our back today. Go ahead and come onto your back, any which way that feels comfortable. You might start on your side and then roll onto your back, or you might bring your hand behind your head and luxuriously come back and rock the head. Hands can be on the belly or by your side. The knees can remain bent. You can press into the feet and lift the pelvis, the sit bones up, lengthen them towards the heels, and then roll that lower pelvis back down. From here, you might want to rock the knees from one side to the other. As you explore, you can close the eyes and just feel how you can roll the palms one up, one down, the knees to one side, the back of the head. Just a little rock and rolling as the body starts to settle onto its back. And then heel toe the feet a little wider. Have the heels outward and the toes inward here. And knock the inner knees. Let them lean. And then from here, just feel for a moment this effortless effort. As we come into the breath, just a little more. Take a deep inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose or the mouth, whatever feels delicious here. You'll take a deep inhale through the nose, nice and full and deep. A little pause filled, and as you exhale, that sweet surrender. Notice how the back feels from the base all the way up to the sternum, that chest area. Fan broad and wide to the back of the shoulders. Notice the neck area. Take a deep dive through the brow. And then land where you think the center of the brain is, behind the back of the eyes. Let's send some valuable peace, some harmony, that beautiful quietness, and that joy, whatever that means for you, that fun factor, that laughter. What does that feel like in your body as we rest our attention in the center of the brain and allow it a little time here to notice that we're here? The command center of the body. I like to think of it as the secretary, as it sorts and registers this valuable information of our starting point, what it took to get to our mat. As we close the doors to the outside world, those internal doors open up. Notice what that feels like from the center of the brain outward. As we send it that beautiful peace, harmony, Little calm through that quiet. And some laughter. Peace. Harmony. Calm. Laughter. And one more breath just like this. And then slowly we'll come into our QL release. Go ahead and let the knees come away from each other. Have the hands rest on the lower belly or off to your side. Walk the feet up so that the knees are no longer leaning. Press into the right side. This would be the starting side. It's where our digestion starts. I love to start on the right side. So you'll press into that right foot, and as you press into the right foot, feel that hip peel up off of the floor, a little heavier on the other side. So as we explore this side, this active side of the right, let it roll up and then let it roll down. Become playful. Let's connect to that inner otter as we connect to our playfulness. That side of the pelvis like a bowl full of jelly. Let it roll from one edge to the other, playfully. And then pause. We're going to add on, and these add-ons are invitations you can decline. So if it feels like you'd like to explore and keep exploring, then please do. But if you'd like to stay on that first one, and that's enough, then visualize this part and you will receive. So go ahead and press into that right foot. Let the right hip rise up. Send that same shoulder, the right shoulder down. The head rolls in that general direction. And then simply come on out. Again, slowly the hip rises up. That right shoulder down into the floor, head rolls. And then back out. And one more for good luck. Let the hip come upward. Head rolls, shoulder down, press. Feel the arcing of the spine. And then relax that effort. We're going to add on now. So go ahead and let that right hip come up. Shoulder down. Squeeze the inseam of the knees just a wee bit. And then relax all in one piece. And again, hip up, shoulder down. Squeeze the inseam. And then soften that effort. And one more for good luck. Hip rises up, shoulder down, squeeze. Almost like we did it in one piece. And then soften, soften, soften. One more add-on to this. Let the hip roll up, shoulder down, squeeze the inseam. Press into the feet and lift the pelvis up in one piece. Active side, right side down first. Other side comes down. You might want to pause for a breath, 2 or 3, or let's continually move. So go ahead and let that right hip come up, shoulder down, squeeze the inseam, lift the pelvis up. Active side down first, and then the other. It might feel a little bit like jelly, a little bit like toffee. So how about one more for good luck? Go ahead and lift that right hip up. Shoulder down, squeeze the inseam. Feel the lift of the pelvis, the rolling down of the right side, and then the other. Come into a brief little body scan with the knees bent, heel toe them wide, toes in, knees lean. Hands on the belly and feel. Maybe the thumb and the first finger are touching in that diamond shape, or one hand above the other. Wherever you are, just notice. Simply notice the quality of the shoulders, the neck, the center of the brain. Notice the sounds, the sensations. From this area all the way down through the spinal column, the pelvis, nice and broad and wide. Through the legs, any deep-seated exhaustion starts to melt. Soles of the feet nice and soft. And one more breath just like that. And then we'll come on over to the other side. So let the knees come away from each other. The hands can rest on the edges of the iliac crest, the sides of the pelvis, or on the floor. Other side, now press into that left foot. Let that hip gently roll up. You can take the hand and press it down. Playfully come into this like that bowl full of jelly. Notice the color of it. The color of this chakra is orange. So maybe it's an orange color. So feel that flow, that watery quality. Our passion, our creativity lives right here. This next one will be our last one. Let it roll down slowly. Take a pause or a breath. And then we'll add on here. You'll allow that hip to gently peel up. Send the shoulder down, nose rolls in that general direction. And then simply come on out of it. Rolling in and out of this one. Left hip up, shoulder down, head rolls into the general direction of the left. Feel into your body and how quick and how slowly it wants to move. So this next one, the hip will rise. The shoulder will come down, nose rolls, you'll pause there and feel that arcing of the spine there. The shoulder blade comes a little closer into the spinal column, and then you relax and you soften, soften, soften. We'll add on here. Go ahead and let that left hip come up. Left shoulder down, head rolls. Squeeze the inseam, and then relax that effort. Again, hip comes up, shoulder down, head rolls. Squeeze the inseam a little or a lot, and then relax that effort. One more just like that. Feel the hip rise, shoulder down, head roll, squeeze, and then soften. And how about one playfully? Let's see if we can do it super fast, like we're doing it all at once. Hip rises, squeeze, shoulder down, and then relax. One more add-on here. So go ahead and lift that hip, send the shoulder down, head rolls. Squeeze, lift the hips right up. You have lift off, active side down, left side down first. Other side. Let it roll. You can pause there for a breath or two, or gently come on back into it. Let the left hip come up, shoulder down, head roll, squeeze, lift off, active side down, other side follows. And then how about one more just like that? Let the left side roll up. Head rolls as the shoulder comes down. Witness a squeeze. Lift the pelvis up. Left side comes down first. Then the right. Notice what you notice as you come into your Shavasana. If you have your bolster or your blanket close by, bolster can come underneath the knees. You can lengthen through the legs. Or if you're craving flat, let it come flat. The blanket you can use as a blanket through the whole entire body, or if you're really warm, simply the thighs and the lower belly. Feel into this Shavasana, final resting pose, as the shoulders sink down, the head can rock. Notice any targeted area on your body today. Relax through the jaw a little more. Feel into the toes as they start to wriggle. Notice from the heels up through the Achilles and down through the calf, through the back of the knee, all the way to the top of the knee, and then that upper thigh, the fullness, right from the top all the way to where it might be touching the mat, a little more on one side, or is there an evenness? Through the sit bones to the lower lumbar sacral spine, mid-spine, broad and wide, through the back of the shoulders, taking up plenty of room here. From the shoulders to the center of the brain, take a deep dive. And as you dive into that center of the brain, notice. Let yourself rest there. Feel that peace, harmony, calm, and that laughter, that fun, that joy. As we become these self-erasers, any discomfort in the lower spine, the hips, or maybe someone has told you that one leg is longer than the other. This might be your pose to come to. And then once that discomfort starts to move out and there's a freedom, a little longer, and then it disappears. You can come to it every once in a while, just to say hello. So let yourself rest here. If you have 5 minutes, 5 minutes. If you have longer, longer. As the body absorbs all of this goodness, all of this valuable information will sort and register to your new normal, your new baseline. So visualize this part as we close our practice here. Feel the warmth of the palms, that deep appreciation towards yourself, this fierce grace that we've cultivated through our strength and our resilience to show up. Thumbs at the heart center, a little press of support, a light little bow. Pour this goodness, this fierce grace outward as loving kindness to all. Namaste. And thank you for your practice.